Hi, and welcome to a new episode on the Just Create server, where today we're making the maze move. To make it move, which is mostly going to consist of rotating these parts and then opening a couple of doors here and there, but also some other interesting things, we need to get power to this maze. I have a small steam engine over there, which is doing a great job supplying us with power for the workshop, but I want this entire system to be on its own power source, so that if one of the two ever breaks, we can have a backup. So, as you can see, I still have a little bit of digging to do, but it's very slow. So, I think the thing we should be doing is trying to get a beacon. Since the end is open, we can kind of just cheese our way around, but I still need to find some wither heads. It shouldn't be too hard. Oh, those are cool. I like those. Shouldn't be too hard to get withers. Okay, let's go to the end and get ourselves a nether star. And then I need to figure out the middle, which is this block right here. And then the pattern goes 2 blocks underneath, like that. And then we'll make a little bit of a corridor here for safety reasons. And then that should be it. Let's hope this works. Let's go. There we go. And then I probably should have gotten some more obsidian. No, it is. There we go. And then how many iron blocks? I should have enough. I'm probably wanting to put this on a contraption. Let's see if this works. There we go. Haste 2. And then we'll grab you. Oh, right. I probably should glue everything together. There we go. There we go. And now I can dig with haste. Most of the digging is done. We have the engine of the entire maze set up. I've set it up in time-lapse because, you know, it's the third one this season, and I think most of you guys know how to set up a steam engine already. But for now, we're going to start moving things. And I think I'm going to start off with I should be able to see, I've glued everything already. Yeah, so you see that square? That's what we want to rotate. And that one as well. And, well, there's multiple across the entire thing. I think I have everything I need for me to show how this is going to work. I don't think I have all the materials to finish all of them, but this is at least going to be a proof of concept. We'll do that. These are going to be randomized. So the goal of this entire thing is that these crossroads, right, these squares, are going to be moving in a random sequence. They're never going to move all at once. And the way we're going to do that is with one of these. This is basically your standard randomizer. We can put 3 items in here. Let's say we'll do that. A bucket, and I don't really know. I'll change them out eventually. We'll do that. And then we'll have a sequenced gear shift sitting right here. That is going to be connected to a bearing. Like so. And that bearing should be in the middle. Yes. Now, how are we going to power this? That's a great question. We're going to have 3 different speeds of machines. These crossroads, right? These rotation devices for our crossroads are going to be rotating at, I want to say, like 8 RPM, because I do want them to rotate kind of slow. So basically we'll have 1, 2, 3 speeds. Let's do that, and that. This one is going to run at 8 RPM, which is slow, but that's going to make that a rotational effect come over so much nicer. This one will leave at 16, that's fine. And then this one will run at full speed. Just so we're able to tell these apart on, like, just by looking at them, we're gonna have 3 colors of these. We're gonna have our standard chain conveyors, then we're gonna have copper encased chain conveyors, and we're gonna have some brass encased chain conveyors as well. Now this one is gonna go all the way over here and connect up to that, like that. And then I can test this out by grabbing a button and powering this guy until, well, it moves. Oh, and also we should probably set this to, yeah, 90 degrees is fine. I think, yes. Now this is a problem with it being randomized. But it's also a good proof of concept. There we go. Honestly, that might be a little too fast. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Now, a second mechanism that we're going to do is those. They're not finished, but I have everything I need to finish them. So let's go and take a look at how those are going to work. You know what? No, I think it's going to be easier for me to get all the rotational bits in, because I have some in here. Honestly, everywhere where you have that square motif, that one, there's one over there, there's one over there too as well. Everywhere where we have one of those squares, I need to add in that rotational bit. So I'm gonna do that first before I do anything else. I have most of these units in all around the maze, or all underneath the maze, and then before I hook them up to redstone, I am going to work on these. It's not really that visible, but these are gates. So we have one that's down and then one that's up here, and if I go above ground, this is basically what they look like. So you have one gate that's open, closed, and then the other one is open. And if this gets triggered, these will switch. So this one will go down, this one will go up. We also have gates on these rooms, basically. So you'll see these rooms pop up on the maze somewhere, and these are basically going to be spawner rooms. So you see that chain, we're going to put a spawner on that chain. Now, to do that, again, I want to randomize the opening of the doors. Basically, all of these are going to open at the same time. So this one on this side, and then this one on that side are all going to open and close at the same time. That way, that if somebody gets very unlucky, they get stuck in this room with a spawner active. Now, how we're going to do this is a little different, but should work very similar to the rotational bits. Again, we'll do that. We'll have one over here. And then I just need to know, so that's 4. So we'll add 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. That's also 4. This one's down, so we're going to do that. Then we'll have a shaft on this one, so that they work in the opposite direction. Oh, before I do that, I probably should turn these into sticky mechanical pistons. And then this one will do on like that. I should have some gear shifts in here. Boom. And that is where we'll then add our chain conveyor, which is going to be the copper one. So that will connect to that one, the second one in line, the copper one. Now to activate this, same setup, just a little different. So we'll do 1, 2 right here. Instead of a normal repeater, we're going to put a toggle latch so that we can just toggle on and off right there. And of course we will need our hoppers and our droppers. 1, 2, and this is where things are going to be a little different. In this one we'll add only 2 items, so we'll add a piece of wool and then anything else really. Piece of wool, and let's say what do I have a lot of? Let's say a piece of stone. So this is just going to be 50-50. Whenever this gets triggered, 50-50 for those to switch. How much chain do I have? I got plenty. I feel like that might need to be a little faster. Just so that when people stand in front of the doors, they don't have to wait too long. So we'll put that on 16. And then I'll test it out real quick. It might actually need to be a little faster. And before I do any of this, I need to glue this guy. That needs to happen quite often. So you'll see these gates all over the place. So we've got 3 in here. We got, you know what, let's go over on top of this so that's visible. So anywhere where we have those domes, we've got gates that need to be pulled up and down. Then we've got a couple more gates. Where do I have more? I've got 2 over there. I got a couple in here somewhere. So what I'll do is I'll get all of these in place. And there's another one over here. I'll get all of these in place, and then I need to hook everything. So all of these and all of the other ones I need to hook up to one central redstone point. So I'll do that now, and then we can trigger these based on a really cool idea I have. So give me a second, and then we'll talk about what's going to trigger all of this movement. Everything is now connected, or everything should be connected. They're all connected to the right speed. So those are the slow ones, and then you'll see that, where's a good example, that those are spinning a little faster as well. And then I think if I, let's see, button, if I hit this, I did install Gamma just so you guys can see a little easier, but that, I mean, I see gates opening, I see things rotating. Let's see. Nothing happened on that turn. Now things are moving. Okay, I want to do that just to, that one is good, and that does make this like almost done. We do want this to be controlled not by me pressing a button, but we want a trigger for this system, and that's where I think we can use a tower for. So let's make some clock bearings. Okay, I think that's about it. That's all I'm gonna need. That plus all of this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do those. Nope, you go underneath. So those are now all connected, and then I need a fifth one right here, and I'll tell you why in a second. Now that we have those, I want to make them look a little good at least, so I want to make them look slightly well made and visible from a distance. So let's see what kind of local metal we have. Just so I have a little more space around, I'm gonna set this one a little higher, like that, and then we'll do redstone contact here, redstone contact here, and that basically is gonna be our output, right? And then we can take output from here whenever this guy comes around. Now we do need to visualize this over here as well, so we can do hull. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have 1, 2, then, oh, let's not fall. Then these are going to be glued together, 1, and then we'll do the same over here. Nope. 1 lower, please. Wait a second. There we go. So those two, we have to do that 4 times on each, or do that a couple of times on each side. Okay, so that's all our clock faces in. And now I just need to get this all the way down, basically. Okay, so I decided to speed up the clock a little bit, but that should power everything. And now if I fly up here, are we working? Yeah, looking good. Now my question is this guy working as well? Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, now what are we gonna do with this is, if I make a, can I not make a target block? Yeah, there. And then we'll do stair on the red, clockwork bearing on blue. That's gonna be our transmitter. And then just so that it's a different, because this one sounds like that, and this one has a little bit of a different tone to it. But we're gonna set that on a little bit of a delay. Let me just see if that works. Beautiful. And now we're gonna do, I think like 12 ticks is gonna be perfect. There you go. Oh, yes. Good. That, we'll put that over there. And now, what I'll do is I'll come over here, and we're gonna use that same frequency here. You and you, and set you to receive. And now every time that clock hits 12, right? Every hour, basically, in-game hour, that is, the maze is gonna change. Let me see if I can free cam this out a little bit. I don't know. Oh yeah, see, that one moved. That one moved. I like that it moves when it hits 12, but I kind of... You know, we have the bell inside of the tower, of course, but I kind of want to hear the bell everywhere within the maze. And I've been preparing for that. I've already laid out a grid over here, right? All of these are 30 blocks away, 32 blocks away, right? So in between, there's 31... well, the bells are going to be right here. But between these blocks and these blocks, there's within 32 blocks of space, right? That way, all of these sound fields, all of these ranges overlap with each other. Now I have enough peculiar bells or haunted bells, but I don't have enough normal bells. And I think there's villagers that do sell those types of bells. So I'm going to go to spawn, get some emeralds, and I guess I'll start trading. We're gonna mimic the bell system that we have upstairs or on the in the tower. So we're gonna do one bell here, another bell there. And this bell is gonna be powered directly, or at least with one tick delay, and then this guy is gonna be powered with, I think I set it to 12. And then of course we do that. We do this, and we set that to receive. And now, whenever the bell tower... what's going on here? There we go. Dink donk. And now we gotta do that how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You gotta do that in 7x7 grid. So I'm gonna spend some time setting up all the bells, and I'll be back when I'm done with that. Alright, there we go. All the bells are in place, as you can see, and they toil as a symphony. We should be able to hear them everywhere within the walls of the maze and a little outside. There we go. Beautiful. And that is gonna allow people, even if they can't see the clock, they know, oh, something might have changed inside of the maze. So that's the plan. Every time the black hand hits 12, the bells are gonna go and the maze is gonna change, possibly. There's a couple more things that I want to do today for like movement of the maze, which is these guys need to go up and down. I'll put some pressure plates down here. And I've got a couple more doors in there. Those are basically the links between the circles, and then I have a system, or I need to set up a system here that works with a key. But we'll return to that when we start doing inventory stuff. So next up is going to be these guys, and I think that's about it movement wise. Maybe we also do No, let's just do those things. But before I get to that, I want to work on this building a little more. Well, not necessarily on the building. The building's pretty good. I've had a couple of people come and ask me for moss, and I'm on a live stream. This is not something I've done, but on the live stream, I changed the moss farm from a self-sustaining generator here to work with stone and deployers, because I constantly had cobblestone generating, which breaks the farm. But for now, it's running fine. People want to buy moss, and I know that a couple of people want to buy the flowering and normal azalea bushes. So what I might do, I'm not going to set up a shop at the shopping district for it, because, you know, this is very rudimentary. The only reason I have it is because I needed a lot of mossy cobblestone and a lot of mossy stone. So I'm just going to set up a little shop front here, and I'll tell people that if they want to buy stuff, they can, but they have to come over here. Okay, so we're gonna want to keep this as simple as possible. So what I'm probably gonna do is either we could position it this way, where we have the store next to the door here, and then we kind of just block off the rest. Which, you know what, that does seem like the best option. So you're gonna go right there, not exactly right there, but that's gonna be our shopkeeper. Then we'll need a stock ticker as well, and we'll have to figure out a way to get this guy to drop stuff off. Maybe we do a chest over here. And there we go. It's a simple shop design, but it does work. And then we're gonna lock that. It's 1 diamond for 4 stacks of moss, 1 diamond for a stack of azalea bushes, and 1 diamond for half a stack of flowered azalea bushes. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that, just so that people know, so I can tell people. I'm gonna work on the doors in here, and maybe do like the terraforming a little bit around here, make the front look a little nicer, and then it's on to the next task for this project. I have done a live stream in the meantime, and I have set up the doors that go in between our circles of the maze, which I can show you in a second. So if you come over here, we are now, as you can see, right there, good to go. And look at that. It's as if that was planned. I also set up a little bit, this is a very rudimentary, very simple glow lichen farm, because, well, the maze was not safe. This is just deployers, shears, and then we have dispensers that duplicate the glow lichen basically, and everything gets collected in here, or in my case, in here. So now, the maze itself is, if I turn on mini HUD, which if you're ever want to do something like this, mini HUD is your best friend. The maze is safe on the ground level. I am still going to have to do something about the top levels, but what I want to avoid is creepers spawning inside of the maze so that they can't blow up the walls. All very simple, all very good. There is one more thing I've done. I haven't been, or at least not on camera, I haven't been to the shopping district. Now, on stream, same stream, I went for the first time, went and uncovered some stuff, or discovered some stuff, and I saw something very fun. Shopping district. So we have a couple of shops, but what I was most interested in is this. Throw off. Now, I've already signed up. Right, I've already signed up, and this basically gives me a green light to come up with a devious plan to take care of him. And I've got an idea. Now, what that idea is gonna be, it's gonna be for next episode, because I am out of time. I will look into the idea a little more. I've had some help from chat coming up with a great concept, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!